I was on the mat, bottom of the mount. A man twice my size, choking me. I struggled and tried all the things to escape, and nothing worked. My body collapsed, and I could feel that internal script. Nothing I'm doing is working anyways. Why bother? That was the moment that my nervous system revealed its current operating pattern under pressure. If you're wondering, yes, I'm safe. No, that wasn't an attack. Yes, it was jujitsu. It's also why I love working with the body to reveal and shift the mind. The body reveals the internal architecture, the soma and the story that's already shaping how successful we are allowed to be, how we engage with reality and others. And the way it breaks down is what I want to share with you today. But before we go further, insight doesn't land the same way in every body, and there are a few fundamental ways the human nervous system organizes itself when pressure rises. And each one changes how you hear, how you apply, and how you'll embody what I'm going to say next. These are somatic response strategies, not personalities. And if you want a clean decoder for which one you default to, you can go down to the description below, pause this video, and take the Somatic Skins quiz. It's free, it's 15 questions, it's experience-based. And once you see your particular somatic skin, everything I'm going to share next will land differently. There's a moment for all of us when we lose ourselves given enough pressure. It happens before thought. The eyes shift or dart. The spine caves, collapses, or hardens. The breath speeds up or shallows. And in that instant, whatever you thought your current capacity was becomes irrelevant. Whatever you have worked on in journaling, coaching insights, or your intention around what kind of person you are, it almost doesn't matter, because pressure doesn't care who you believe yourself to be. It only reveals how your current nervous system, your psychosoma, receives and engages with what's happening. This matters because regardless to the level at which you play, we all have an edge. Whether you are a beginner or you're highly capable, we all have an edge where we will collapse under stakes that feel bigger than we've navigated before. We might be insightful, highly self-aware, but we'll still freeze or doubt ourselves right in the middle of action. If we consider ourselves strong people, we'll still have moments where we can't recover our orientation to a situation once we lose center. It's a universal experience. And no matter what our current edge is, we can expand it. And that is the incredible news. When we encounter our edge, how our nervous system and therefore our current capability breaks down and how that occurs in patterns, we are liberated to then work differently, more intelligently. And I'm going to give you some of those patterns next. This is going to feel like being given X-ray glasses. Knowing these alone can change the way that you see yourself and operate. It's pretty cool. So let's talk about what actually governs composure when things get real. These are not conceptual ideas, they're not affirmations, they're mechanisms. There are 3 instruments that determine whether pressure fragments in you or sharpens. It is your structure, your physiology, your attention, and your breath. This is the bones and structure of the body, the attention in the eyes, and then the breath. These are the regulators. For many people, attention is often the first thing to fracture under pressure. The eyes lock onto the problem. The field of vision narrows and blinds them to what else is happening. Time feels like it speeds up. It's all happening so quickly. And from there, the body reacts. This is the structure. The shoulders lift. The spine either stiffens or collapses. Weight shifts without choice. Feet fumble. And then the breath changes. It moves into the chest. It becomes retained. It gets shorter and the system speeds up. That sequence is common, where it goes from eyes, body to breath. But that particular order isn't necessarily universal. Sometimes the structure goes first. You're tired, you're injured, you're already holding tension, and posture collapses or hardens. Attention scrambles to compensate, and then breath follows. Sometimes in moments of shock or surprise, the breath is often the first thing to go. Chemistry floods the system immediately, and then your attention narrows. Structure braces to compensate. So it's a different order perhaps, but it's the same outcome, and it's the same 3 regulators. Once one regulator loses coherence, the others follow within milliseconds. And it's not weakness, it's how these systems are coupled and then behave under pressure. Attention, structure, and breath are meant to work together. And when they do, the system stays flexible and responsive. Under pressure, most people try to fix one piece in isolation. They try to control their breathing, or force their posture, or think their way back into focus. And it doesn't hold. And that's why composure can't be restored in the moment by willpower or insight only, because it's physics. Once this cascade starts to give, no amount of intellect can stop it. And this makes the case for front-loading your training with preemptive, intentional training that can reverse these in motion. So let's talk about each one of these regulators in detail. Structure first. This is how force moves through you. Structure isn't about standing tall. It's about whether force can travel through you without getting stuck. When structure is organized, gravity becomes an ally. Effort distributes instead of concentrates. You feel supported instead of braced. When structure fails, one joint takes everything. Muscles harden in isolation, and the system either collapses or it armors. And you can see this. Leaders who tense their jaw instead of holding ground. Athletes who overpower instead of transmit. Creatives who push through while leaking energy everywhere else. Structure isn't stiffness. It's the ability to shape without hardening. Attention is next. This is how perception is routed. Attention is structure's twin. When attention fractures, the body loses its axis. You know this feeling. Your eyes dart, you lose balance. The world feels fast and close and dangerous. Fixing your attention doesn't mean squinting or narrowing harder. It means choosing an anchor point. One point, steady gaze. Peripheral awareness becomes online. When your attention stabilizes, your balance returns, time slows, and the body reorganizes itself without instruction. It isn't metaphor. This is neurology. Breath comes next. This is how chemistry is regulated. Adrenaline spikes. Choice disappears. Most people try to inhale their way out of stress. You know the pattern. That's backwards. The reset begins with a full exhale. Long, deliberate, unforced. And then the next inhale arrives low in the abdomen. Breath doesn't calm you down. It gives time back to the system. And time is what allows choice to return. So one of the core pieces that we teach is called the center protocol, and this is command in motion of the regulators. Under pressure, complexity is useless. The nervous system can only handle a few commands when flooded. That's it. Eyes up, stack the bones, drop the breath. You don't fix everything. You fix what broke first. And you correct it without leaving the moment, and then continue. This is not recovery after the fact or rumination. This is restoration in real time. With repetition, it becomes reflex. So here's where the regulators connect directly to the somatic skins. The regulators don't just stabilize you. They select which skin comes forward. You might reinforce structure, fix gaze, and compress breath as a warrior. You might soften your joints, widen periphery, and lengthen the exhale as a shapeshifter. You might still the body, sharpen the gaze, balance breath as the sage. You might open your chest, deepen your breath, and expand perception as the asset. The goal is not to live in one skin, even if you learn your native skin first. It is to command all four, to pivot as the moment demands, and that is mastery. This is exactly what we train in the Prestige, in novel and applicable ways. This isn't insight or dusty theory. We'll show it to you with application under pressure because we're an academy for applied somatics, and these regulators are trained, stressed, recovered, and refined in real conditions that will translate to the contexts that matter to you most. And you won't learn this by understanding it once. You'll learn it by losing center, being surprised, taken off center, and returning faster, again and again and again. That environment where pressure is deliberate and coherence is practiced is what turns knowledge into command. If you want the cleanest entry point into this work, start with the Somatic Skins quiz. It'll show you which skin you default to, how your body organizes under pressure, why certain strategies have worked, and where they break down. Knowing your skin changes how you train, how you work, how you relate, and how you recover. Take the quiz first. If you want to go deeper, you'll also receive a complimentary ebook, or you can go to the description and pre-order both of our core curriculums coming out soon. If you made it here to the end, thank you. I hope this was insightful for you. And if you liked this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It does help the channel out a lot. I'll see you in the next one.